I don't think people are necessarily disagreeing with him gathering evidence, as long as he keeps it to himself and hands the files over to the police and lets them deal with it.
But like Jane said, some of them don't even get a sentence. So you could be, your neighbour could be one, and you wouldn't know about it. You'd never hear about it because they didn't get a sentence or they didn't get prosecuted. But although they had gone to meet a girl and they had taken part in all those text messages and everything else, I actually will go and look at this guy's site now to see if there's anybody I know on there that's living in my road near my children.
But then what would you do after that if you saw somebody?
Well, I'd tell my children, keep away from that man because he's, you know...
But you're sensible. What if somebody then went and beat him up or burnt his house down or did something like that? Surely
I mean, we are in a country where we have to stick to innocent until proven guilty. And, you know, he's gathering information and he's putting these names and faces on Facebook, which I think is really dangerous. You've just said, you know, you would then warn... You know, we saw on the film how groups of neighbours gathered because they saw this guy come in the house. It's so dangerous.
I'm sorry, I've just got zero tolerance for them.
But
also for their wider family, of the people that he's
But also their families, probably they don't know. And now they will know.
But what I'm saying is it can have an effect on their children as well. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be prosecuted. They absolutely should. It's just the methods that are used that
Do you think it should be a behind closed doors thing, that once that it's sort of quietly dealt with and kept out of public eye?
When there is a court case, then obviously...
And then it's in the public
reported on,
OK, we've had lots, as you can imagine. We've had so many emails on this. Linda's got in touch. He's not assaulting them. He's exposing them as a threat to our children. We need more people willing to take a risk and say, no, we won't let this happen in our community or society. Claire says, so much respect for this guy. At least he wants our streets to be safe.
Sidella says, I don't agree with this at all. They're just vigilantes using entrapment. Let the police do their job. And Gaynor said it was very uncomfortable viewing at time. The naming online is the dicey bit, and I think that that's unfair.
Helen, I'm all for it, but at the same time it worries me that there may be a case of mistaken identity, local hearsay, etc., when other methods might come into play.
And Lizzie says, thank God there are people in the world who still don't just sit with the curtains twitching. What he does is brave, and most of all that he does is to protect our children.
But the one thing I think it is, if nobody actually saw it, it's catch it online, because it's required viewing for any parent. And the greatest
disturbing,
deterrent
brace
against
yourself.
behaviour
It doesn't
like
pull any
this,
punches. It's disturbing.
But the greatest deterrent against behaviour like this is for us to monitor our children and what they're doing and what they're doing on their phones.
Absolutely. Absolutely.